What's up mtani, if the ball bounces we analyze it. Welcome to Final Whistle and my name is Njuguna.
Na mimi ni Kwanya jicho. Kumbuka ya kwamba hii show inakukujia kwa hisani ya Mcheza. Mcheza, pesa zako, ushindi wako.
Of course the Premier League is back. The game tumekuwa tukingoja kwa hamu na gamu. Defending champions wakaanza na kupigwa mtaani.
Ndio maana nimeweka hiyo ball chini.
Liverpool wakashikwa draw na Watford.
Arsenal wakangangana sana.
Arsenal wakangangana pale hivyo wakaweza kutoka.
So tuanze na Arsenal versus Leicester City. What caught your eye?
What caught my eye? It has to be the missing in action of Alexis Sanchez. Imekuwa talk for the longest time, sijui Sanchez anaenda, sijui sijui Wobby, what have you need.
Mara Oxlade pia anatakikana na Chelsea, so it's not settled.
Exactly. So mimi kwangu nikashindwa kwani Arsenal wameanza na starter aje, na ndio maana unaona Leicester Jamie Vardy alikuwa na shine sana kule hivyo nyuma, anaweza kupata hata mabao na Arsenal wakastruggle sana hata kuweza kushinda hii game 4-3. So mimi kwa maoni yangu nilishindwa Sanchez anaenda ama bado anabaki ni Arsenal.
So in other words unajaribu kusema Arsenal wana miss Alexis Sanchez sana.
Of course, kwa sababu ukiangalia last season msee ndio alikuwa ni kama
now what if akitoka sasa, what will happen to Arsenal throughout the season?
Ukiuliza Antonio Conte na ndia venye alitoka Matic. Of course wataenda chini. Ile it's give or take, because Arsenal, if you look at the last season, Sanchez was like the pivot man kwa hii team. Ile time unaona nikasa ingine wanaenda kudidimia, anakuja na okolea. Siwezi sahau kumention Olivier Giroud. So pia yeye akitoka kwa bench anakuja na anaeka bao na anasaidia. But the key man in my own views is Alexis Sanchez.
So in other words, Alexis akirudi Arsenal will bounce back and try to fight for the league title. Something that wamekaa sana wakingoja since 2004.
It goes without saying, juu hata angalia hata team kama Barcelona. Msika Messi akitoka, unaona yenyewe team yote wana struggle. Sasa hivi Neymar ametoka, it's almost the same. So Sanchez akikosa pale vota ma players pale vora za kusema hii game inatukataa sijui nini, but akirudi
now Arsenal during this transfer window wamenunua somebody in the name of Alexander Lacazette.
52 million.
Is it the real deal now for the goals that Arsenal wamekuwa kimisa sana? Olivier Giroud alikuwa anangangana, anauza 10 anafunga moja, anauza 5 anafunga moja. Do you think now in Lacazette they have a top striker to deliver them the Premier League title?
Two things, mixed reaction. Aliingia na akaeka bao as in debut goal. So if you ask me, he has what it takes to score goals. But if hapo midfield akikosa the services of the likes of Sanchez, Ozil, Ramsey, na nimesikia Wilshere kuna venye anaweza feature.
Yes.
I think tutakosa kuona huyu Lacazette, huyo hii ndio yote amebaiwa. Ni nini anaweza fanya? Unaweza kutaki jituma mo and then upate amepata injury. What does that leave, where does that leave Arsenal? At a very precarious situation, unaona. But he has what it takes. Mimi nataka kumuona mpaka November.
Wait and see.
Yes, it is wait and see.
Alright, tuachane na Arsenal sasa tuingie Chelsea, the Premier League champions.
The defending champions to be precise.
Chelsea, they started the league on a low. Because hata ukiangalia even the pre-season matches walipiga Arsenal 3-0 wakapiga na Inter Milan, wakapiga na Bayern Munich. So you can say pre-season pia haikuwa poa kwao, and then again ukiangalia the Community Shield pia walipiga na Arsenal. Acha nisiseme Arsenal but a weaker Arsenal side.
Coming closer. Ulifikiria Burnley itakuja kuwasumbua at Stamford Bridge hivyo venye iliwasumbua?
I think Burnley, they couldn't have prayed more to get a weaker Chelsea side at that moment. Because ukiangalia Chelsea, Costa has issues Chelsea at the moment, is out. Nemanja Matic ameshauzwa kwa Manchester United. So ukiangalia the two key players are not there. Alafu pre-season pia walikuwa nayo mbovu. So mentally and physically Chelsea, to me, were not ready to start the league. And even up to now, going forward, game ya Spurs on Sunday, honestly speaking, I think they're going to lose, because Spurs walishinda the first game, so mentally they are strong. Chelsea are more or less are trying to put their house in order. So Chelsea, to me, something is wrong.
So if you talk about something being wrong, alafu tukienda kwa hii game ya Burnley, tukaona Cahill akapewa red card.
Then Fabregas pia akapewa red card.
What is not happening with the players? Ni kwa sababu kuna pressure yao kubwa sana ya kuperform ama kudeliver, or what is not happening?
I think red cards are part and parcel of football. But I think as a player of the caliber of Gary Cahill and of course Fabregas, a player akiwa na yellow card, and this is some of the things that pundits have been saying, pundits like Gary Neville, Phil Neville, Andy Townsend have been saying, a player who has a yellow card in a match should play very cautiously.
Of course.
But if you look at that game, Gary Cahill on a yellow went with studs up.
Yeah.
What do you
and for the
referee has no option but just to give you another yellow and red card. The second one on the second red card on Fabregas. Fabregas, the first yellow was very reckless because referee alipuliza kipenga for a free kick. Fabregas akamklapia to upload him, of which that is not allowed in football.
It's like mocking.
Yes, that is not allowed in football. That was a yellow. The second yellow card was on studs were also up. What do you expect the referee to do?
Of course, flash the red card.
So Chelsea have a problem. Fabregas is missing, Kyle is missing, and of course Pedro is injured, Eden Hazard is injured. Bakayoko was signed to replace Nemanja Matic, also injured. So that should tell you that there's a problem for Chelsea at the moment. Maybe you give them a month or so, they shall have settled down.
And speaking of problems, there is this rumor at Alex Chamberlain from anatoka Arsenal kuje Chelsea. How do you think this claim is going to help Chelsea going forward?
For me, I think it's a best bet for Chelsea akikuja Chelsea because he's physically good. He's good in terms of athletics. He can play either flanks as a left wing back or a right wing back. And if you look at the kind of formation Chelsea is playing, the 3-4-3, he can fit either flanks.
Yeah.
So for me, if he comes, it's going to be a good addition. We can replace Marcus Alonso in the left back and bring in Oxlade-Chamberlain. So for me, I won't bother if he comes.
It will be a good sign.
But it's something we have to wait and see.
All right.
Yes.
Well, Chelsea gave us Antonio Nemanja Matic. And so far he has been
Manchester United walicheza na West Ham United. So how did you see that game, the first game of the season for Manchester United under Jose Mourinho this season?
Well, mi kwa maoni yangu naweza sema Mourinho pale voku Dudo Matic, that was a killer move. If you ask me, because he's a very good player in terms of protecting the back four. Yeye hana ile pupa ya kwenda mbele. So ball ikikuja pale vo katikati, he is able to intercept and give the likes of Akina Herrera and Pogba to feed Akina Rashford and the likes of Lukaku. And so far ndio tuliona Lukaku amebag 2 goals on his debut for Manchester United. So going forward, it has been a great system for Mourinho.
So do you think the responsibility ile Pogba alikuwa nayo last season ya ku-defense and kuwa offensive is now relieved of, because he now has someone in the name of Nemanja Matic to protect, so for him he can go forward and maybe create goals for Lukaku and even score goals? Because
Definitely.
last season I remember people blaming Pogba for having been bought for a lot of money but delivered nothing. In fact, somebody said even Gary Cahill scored many goals than Pogba. So do you think that responsibility is now relieved of him so that he can go forward and start scoring goals?
Definitely. Last season ukiangalia, he was expected to be the creator and of course the mwenye anaharibu kule nyuma. Of course ile itakuumiza hata uko Lionel Messi with uko umeiva aje bado hautaweza kuperform on one front. So ndio maana uko na Mourinho anaona umse yako sawa, so kamletea Matic. So hata pre-season na hii game ya kwanza ya Premier, it was evident Matic came and relieved hiyo kazi yote na hata Pogba akaeka bao. So going forward, Pogba now has the chance to shine and show exactly what he is worth, kwa sababu kazi ametolewa ya kushinda akidefend. Sasa ni ku-create tukienda mbele.
Nemanja amekuja Man United. What's now the future for under Herrera?
Well, akona chance tu, tunaweza sema sasa
from the bench.
Well, unajua sasa pale huwezi compare ule msee tactical. Okay, there are games he is going to be used and kuna zenye ata have kukaa bench. So unaweza sema ni depth of field. Sababu Herrera kuna physicality anakosa. So akiweko bench tuseme kwa games zingine zenye anaonekana yeye anatosha mboga, atacheza. So si kusema ati yeye future yake imeisha.
Martin anasema ya kwamba under Herrera still has a future Manchester, maybe from the bench, because having bought Nemanja Matic from Chelsea, this is a big deal for Manchester United this season, because Mourinho, being the manager we know him, is a guy who likes defending fast before he score any goal.
That's true.
So when the back is good, like he's brought in like people like Lindelof and of course Nemanja Matic to stabilize the defense,
of course,
then he can now start thinking of scoring goals.
Yes.
So for me, I've said this and I will repeat this. Last season I said Man United would win the league, but I was proved wrong. But remember, Man United finished walimaliza 6th, but with 3 trophies. So even this season, they might decide to play bad football as Mourinho is known for. But I think if they look at the defense well, I think Man United will be champions this season. I'm not a Manchester United fan, to say the least.
Okay.
Yes.
But speaking about Manchester, there's the noisy neighbors pale for Manchester City. Sijui Pep Guardiola umeona amefanyaje hiyo timu? Amenunua
Benjamin Mendy has come to Manchester United. Kyle Walker has come
from Tottenham.
Bernardo Silva from Monaco has also come. They even brought in a goalkeeper from Benfica, Ederson. Sure. So I think for them, I can't say Man United or Manchester City were buy because they've just done replacement. Kyle Walker has come in place of Zabaleta and Sanya. So that's just a kind of replacement, you see. Ederson has come in place of Willy Caballero who went to Chelsea. So but, for me, I think they're just doing replacement.
If you talk like that, Danny Rose alikuwa anasema tuko worth that. Kyle Walker alibaiwa almost 50 something.
Yeah, 50 million pounds.
Ikafanya mpaka Danny Rose from Tottenham akaanza kusema ati pia sisi we are worth more than this, anaanza kudaido mingi kutoka kwa
anadaido mingi. In fact, even right now Chelsea are in the radar to sign him, but that's something we need to wait and see. Now talking about Man City, if they continue the same kind of football that I think Guardiola and Julicana of, that is the tiki-taka, Chela Reyes, I think they are going to struggle again. Because Premier League, I think, is not a league where you have to have ball position of 80-90%.
There is the goal scoring part also.
Yeah, you have to score goals. That's why a team can decide to defend the entire 90 minutes and score one goal and kill you. The most important thing is kupata 3 points. Yeah. Teams like Stoke City can as well decide to sit back and relax and wait on counter attack and win games.
So what is the future of Pep Guardiola?
We can't write Manchester City off in the title chase because they've spent a lot bringing in Benjamin Mendy, of course Ederson, Bernardo Silva. These are good players that I think more and again young. Yeah. If you have a younger squad, you are good to go. Yeah. But the only problem for me is to change the tactic of the tactic of playing football. Okay. The tiki-taka is not typically for English football.
Speaking of bringing in new players, there's this Liverpool Jurgen Klopp. He has brought in the likes of Mohamed Salah.
Yes.
Sane pale amerudi. Coutinho kidogo
mara na Barcelona hivi.
Wakacheza na game yao ya kwanza against Watford. At least mafans wakiwa pale mtaani walikuwa na expect the best they can do pale voni watoke with a win. They ended up ending with a...
But no, Liverpool, even last season tuliwazoea, when it comes to playing against bigger teams, wanawakazia sana. Talk about Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United last season. They got results against these bigger sides. But the small teams, they really struggle. Talk of Burnley. Even this season, the first game against Watford, you expected them to win. Yeah. But they conceded goals. Even though the third Watford goal, you could say ilikuwa offside, but that is the Premier League. Sure. Liverpool, the problem with them is they score a lot of goals. They concede a lot of goals. For me, I think in Premier League you can't survive like that. No. You should score many goals and defend the goals. Yeah. So for me, if they continue the same kind of football where they wanafunga mabao mingi and they concede pia mabao mingi, they're going to have problems come May next year.
That's true.
Yes.
All right. Tukiendelea kuangalia Premier League, remember wewe ukiapo mtaani, you also have a stand. You can win 2 million Kenya shillings pale vote daily millionaire jackpot on mcheza. Visit mcheza.co.ke. Place your bet on 7 matches and who knows, you might be the next millionaire. Na nini? Ka 50 bob. Ka
22. And apart from the DM jackpot, you can also we've talked about the Premier League that has just started.
Yeah.
They also have a chance of predicting they think atashinda Premier League.
Of course, inaitwa football outrights pale vo.
Yeah, that again, you visit mcheza.co.ke. Kama ni Chelsea, of course, you place your bet on Chelsea. Wait for pesa zako. Kama ni Manchester United, the way I said it, wekelea Manchester United. Who knows? Mungu pengine atakujalia by end of May next year.
Pia tukigusia hizo teams zingine zenye zimekuwa promoted to the Premier League, kuna pale Huddersfield. Wakaingia na pupa sana wakapiga Crystal Palace. Na usisahau Crystal Palace ligi ikienda kuisha, walikuwa wamepiga timu kubwa. Speaking of akina Liverpool.
And even Chelsea,
But sasa tukianza Huddersfield adiuli promoted, ikakuja ikawachapa 3-0.
I think watu pengine walikuwa na dharau Huddersfield because even by the vile wali kuwa promoted was through what we call playoffs. You see? So people were not never knew what kind of football they play, and even the budget yao pia is not as big as compared to the other clubs in the Premier League, so nobody knew them. But going to Selhurst Park and play against Crystal Palace and beat them, even for me, I was shocked. But again, this is Premier League, a league of shocks. Every now and then, even Chelsea played against Burnley at home, and they lost. So Premier League, that's what makes Premier League interesting. Unacheza leo, you don't know the opponent, unapigwa.
So what is the fate of Huddersfield? Hata kuanza hivyo na saiki hivyo.
In the Premier League, we have 38 matches. That's just one of the 38 matches. So we still have like 37 to go. So we are yet to see how they're going to fare even in the subsequent matches. So beating Crystal Palace away is not a guarantee that they might survive. I remember last season, Hull City started so well. And they after 3 matches, they were even on top of the league. Where are they now? Championship. So Premier League is a league of ups and downs. Today, right now, wao wako number 2 in the Premier League table. Tomorrow, you might even find them bottom of the table. So we just here to wait and see how things will pan out for them.
All right.
Yes.
I like the way you're talking about ups and downs. And speaking of downs, there's this guy Harry Kane.
Yes.
Na it's a well-known fact, ikifika August, mabao ziumkataa. Last season ndio alitoka na Golden Boot. This season alikuja wakaanza against Newcastle. Hata Newcastle pia walikuwa promoted, but wakawapiga 2-0. Na Harry Kane alihata mabao. So sijui unaonaje, is it that August anakuwa on a low or ni hali tu ya
You can say August anakuwa low, or you can also say that Premier League ndio imeanza. League season ndio imeanza. Players ndio sasa wanatoka from quote and quote their beds, you understand? Because from May when the season ended to now July when the teams now started doing the pre-season matches,
there was a lot of
a lot of things that happened. So I think in terms of kusettle, sidhani kama so many players have settled in the teams that they were even playing for last season. So Harry Kane is a top-notch striker. We tumpatie tu muda. We can't judge him by the fact that hiyo game ya kwanza alihata mabao na akufunga. Maybe in the next game anaweza funga 4 goals. You know, he's Harry Kane. Last season he scored like 4 or 5.
Kwanza kienda kuisha pale.
Yes, tumpatie tu muda. So but he's a top striker for Tottenham Hotspur. He's still there with Romelu Lukaku for the fight for Golden Boot.
Yeah, of course. You cannot forget Aguero.
Lacazette, Aguero, Jesus, and of course even one and only Alvaro Morata.
Na alikuja na akapiga debut goal.
It was
under so much pressure to perform and everything.
In fact he changed that game. He came when Chelsea were 3 goals to nil. And
a bullet header.
He changed the game. He scored the first goal. He created the second goal. So I think we just need to give him time to settle. Atakuwa moto wa kuotea mbali. So
pale vope jali atiati hata penalties, juu games za kwanza perform ilikuwa tu ni tumpatie tu muda.
We only have to wait and see. Tumpatie muda, settle into the team, and maybe he will be scoring as many goals for Chelsea this season more than even Diego Costa last season.
We can't wait and see.
Alright, wacha tuchukue break. Tukirudi, tunataka kuangazia the games that are coming this weekend, and of course juzi pia tukaona Barcelona walipigwa na Real Madrid 2 goals to nil. This young man called Asensio.
Marco Asensio.
We want to see if his future looks like Cristiano Ronaldo's when we come back. Welcome back to the show. Remember ya kwamba tulikuwa pia hii show inakukujia kwa hisani ya M-Cheza. M-Cheza ambayo iko na Daily Millionaire Jackpot. Ukitaka kujua mengi about Daily Millionaire Jackpot, visit mcheza.co.ke. And of course, you never know if you place your bet on 7 games only with 50 bob. Na wanasema ni over 2.5. Na wenda ukawa mshindi. Wenda ikawa kamera zetu zinaweza kuja kwako kuangazia story yako. And of course before the break tuliongea about the upcoming matches in the Premier League this weekend. And to start us off is Swansea City versus Manchester United.
Yes.
How about this game?
This game, of course, Manchester United is going to record another win. If you ask me, it's because
they're going to Liberty Stadium away. So what makes you think that Man United wanaenda kushinda hii game?
First point is because Gylfi Sigurdsson katoka pale vo Swansea.
Akaenda Everton.
Yes, he was the point man pale vo tukisema ukweli. Hata ukikumbuka la season tukienda kumalizia, alifunga bao deadly sana David De Gea. So if you ask me this game going forward against Swansea, Manchester United pale vo tunaenda kurecord a win. This is another easy 3 points for Manchester, for Jose Mourinho and his squad.
Another easy 3 points for Manchester United away at the Liberty Stadium when Manchester United plays Swansea away. That's according to Martin Njuguna, who supports Manchester United. Mimi kivyangu, I think it's a tough one because going to Liberty Stadium, the season has just started. It's never easy going away to play. And of course, nimesema hapo awali ya kwamba the Premier League is a league of surprises.
Sure.
So if Swansea get a point or get 3 points in this game, sitakuwa na surprise anyway.
Alright, pale vo tukishatoka early kick-off tunaenda pale vo Arsenal.
Kuna Arsenal wanaenda Britannia Stadium
against Stoke City. Sijui unaona maoni yako ni gani, yapi kuhusu hii team?
Stoke wali sold Arnautovic to West Ham.
Wow.
I saw their first game against Everton, they lost 1-0 at Goodison Park. So for me, I think Arsenal will concede goals.
That is point
they
number
will
1.
concede goals. So if kama kuna mwekezaji pale nje, I think this is a game that I expect a GG because Peter Crouch, with the height he has, he can score a goal anytime. But at the end of the 90 minutes, I think Arsenal will win this game. Because looking at how they performed against Leicester in the first game, I think Wenger sahi anajaribu kutengeneza defense yake so that they ikuwe more compact, ikuwe so that wasi consider as many goals as they did. Because conceding 3 goals in the first game of the league is not something to smile about.
Now speaking of strengthening the defense, kuna huyu kijana anaitwa Kolasinac. Umeona mchezo wake kama umesaidia Wenger ama pale vo defense kidogo inaumia?
I watched him in the FA Community Shield. He scored a goal for Wenger's side.
Created another.
He's a good player.
Sure.
But no, we can't judge him at the moment. Maybe he has had a good start in his Premier League career. Maybe if you give him 2 or 3 months, that's when we'll start judging him that he's a top-notch striker. Remember, he only came to Arsenal as a free agent. So that means that even where he was at Shaka, he wasn't needed. So
he's just trying to prove himself.
Yeah, let's improve himself for maybe 3 or 2 months and then we shall judge him from there.
Alright, tukienda pale vote kwa game nyingine ni tunaweza
kuna Chelsea versus Tottenham Hotspur versus Spurs.
Pale hivyo ile ni kama derby tu.
It's not London derby. I mean it's London derby because North London derby is between Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur.
Sure.
Tottenham for the first time are playing at Wembley because walitoka White Hart Lane is under construction at the moment. So Wembley last season wali struggle because angalia the Champions League last season walikuwa wanapigwa even and then. I don't know whether that jinx will continue this season.
So going forward, what you're telling Chelsea is to be calm.
Chelsea should be calm, but if you look at the squad Chelsea has at the moment, it's a problem. No Fabregas, no Cahill, no Hazard, no Bakayoko, no Costa.
But that mean is a good chance for the rest of the guys to prove what they have to bring on the table.
But the rest of you've said the rest of the guys who have not been playing. You see, so, but the likes of Spurs, Dele Alli, Eriksen, Harry Kane, they're a team.
Sure.
Washazoeana. So
our very own Victor
Wanyama, the king of that midfield. So I think going forward, I think Chelsea should be very, very worried going to White Hart Lane to play Tottenham Hotspur. If Chelsea win, I will be surprised. If they draw, I will be surprised. So what does that mean? I see Chelsea going to lose this game because they are not ready. They are missing a lot of players. So that's the biggest undoing for them.
Wewe ukiwa mtaani unaonaje? Do you think Chelsea is going to beat Spurs wakiwa pale mtaani? Have your say, visit epcheza.co.ke, tafuta hizi matches pale hivyo. Wekelea Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, Stoke,
Manchester United, Manchester City.
Who do you think is going to make you some money? Visit epcheza.co.ke and who knows? Tutaweza kuja hapo hivyo tukukongratulate for winning.
Talking of Manchester. Or at the Etihad Stadium on Monday, kuna Manchester City versus Everton. This is a tough game.
Of course.
By all standards.
Sure.
What's your take on this game?
Well, after Gylfi Sigurdsson kutoka Swansea kwenda pale Everton, ame reunite na Coman. He was with full praise for Coman, akisema he was a top notch striker at his heydays. So going forward pale vo, Pep Guardiola should be very worried. Pale vo anafaa kuwa cautious pale midfield kwa sababu Sigurdsson tunamjua, he is very good at attacking the ball.
And even free kicks is very good at.
Ule msee, give him have a chance na ata score. So with the defense Pep Guardiola ikijulikana sahi bado ndio anajaribu ku strengthen, he has to make sure his guys are in top notch form. Na hii game kwa wangu bila wana pale hivyo mabao zitakuwa ama zinaweza kosa kuwa, but the highly likely ni pale hivyo mabao wataenda kutafuta, sababu hii ni Premier, venye ilianza mabao
kulikuwa na mabao sana. In fact, the first game of the season kulikuwa na 7 goals.
Exactly. So going forward, I see more of the same going forward. Na hii game naona pale hivyo Man City by the virtue of being at home, I don't see them conceding a lose.
So Man City is going to win this game.
Watafanya all their best to make sure they wanapata maximum points. Exactly, kwanza pale wakiwa Etihad Stadium.
All right, you as a football fan who might be supporting either Everton or Manchester City, or you're not a supporter of either teams, what do you think about this game on Monday Night Football? It is Manchester City versus Everton at the Etihad. Mimi kivyangu, I think is a wait and see how things will happen, because Everton and Manchester City is a game that Everton always inawasumbuanga Man City. I remember last season Everton ilipiga Man City 4-0. So tungoje tuone how things will pan out. And apart from that, those games that we talked about, there are also games that are being played this weekend, as you can see on your screen at the moment. We have Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. Liverpool drew against Watford in the first game of the season.
Of course, Crystal Palace
wakapigwa na Huddersfield at home. Then we have Southampton walitoka sare na Swansea City the first game of the season. Wanacheza na West Ham United at the St Mary's. Then Burnley that beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge are playing West Bromwich Albion at Turf Moor. Then of course we have Huddersfield versus Newcastle United, the newcomers in the league. That's another game that we can't afford to miss.
Of course, other newcomers we have is Leicester City going against Brighton Hove Albion. So that's another match we have to look out for, because they become a battle of the Blues.
Battle of the Blues and battle of the losers. Leicester walipigwa the first game na Arsenal, Brighton wakapigwa na Man City the first game. So we are yet
call this a bounce back.
Someone has to bounce back.
Yes.
Either team has to bounce back in this game.
Of course, these are some of the matches you have to look out for.
Yes. Serie is also starting this weekend.
Yeah, as we switch gears to the other leagues happening in the world.
Yes, so we have Cagliari wanacheza na Juventus. So a game that Juventus are the champions. So everybody's expecting them to bounce back and start on the right foot.
Of course, kina Paulo Dybala and the likes of Higuain, pressure is on them to continue the good form they showed us last season.
Then we have Inter Milan na Fiorentina.
Another game that has to be...
That's a big game by all standards. So I think any football fan, any sane football fan out there should sit down and watch. Should
be on the lookout for that kind of match.
Inter is a big team. Fiorentina is a big team. There are teams that have been always in terms of fighting for the Champions League spots. There are teams that are always there.
Sure.
So apart from that, you can also see those games that are coming this weekend in the matchday 1 of Italian Serie. Apart from that, kuna Bundesliga.
Of course, pale vo Germany, we have matches that are starting.
Kuna Bayern Munich wanacheza on Friday na Bayer Leverkusen.
Pale vo sisao Neuer, he has conceded so many goals against Bayer Leverkusen. So
I have a sense that Bayern Munich might struggle this season.
Well, you might say that because of some very interesting facts. Pale vo Diego Costa alitoka akaenda Juventus.
Douglas Costa.
Douglas Costa. We have Ancelotti trying the guys of Akina Ribery, even with their old age. Na pale vote the squad.
It's not compact as it was last season.
It's not as fluid as the one we had seen in the later years. So hapa hivi tunangoja kuona Bayern Munich.
Bayern the first game, Bayern walimpoteza Chicharito to West Ham. Is it a big loss to them?
Well, it's not a big loss for them because Leverkusen, Chicharito is hungry for goals, he's hungry for titles, he's hungry for everything. So pale losing him, I think it was a morale booster for them, and they have to look for someone else who is tuseme kwa bench akuja aonyeshe what it takes to score goals like Chicharito did.
Apart from Bayern Munich game, we have Wolfsburg versus Borussia Dortmund. This one, by looking at the names of these two clubs, that just shows you how big this game is.
It's a very big match, so considering even the players going forward.
Yes.
You have the likes of Aubameyang and Nabila anatafutwa na teams, the likes of Ousmane Dembele. So going forward, this game against Wolfsburg, it's a very big match.
All right, apart from those two games, rather, there are Hertha versus Stuttgart, Mainz, Hannover, Hoffenheim versus Werder, and Schalke versus Leipzig. Leipzig last season ilishtua watu sana.
Sana, promotiwa na nakuja wanakuwa pale 1, 2, 3, hapo ndio wanangangania.
Is a team I'm told walianza ni team ilianzwa 2009.
Imagine.
And in 2016-2017 they're fighting for the title of the German Bundesliga.
You can imagine the hunger these guys had.
So I don't know, what I'm waiting to see is how they're going to play in the Champions League since they are now there.
We can say you and I tuko pamoja pale tukingoja venye wataperform.
All right, those are other games that are being played at in the German Bundesliga. You can
which is starting this weekend.
Yeah, they say this is the most entertaining league in the world
in Germany,
and this is the only league where goals any team is scoring. Unaweza shinda but 3-4 5-2 5-3
pale zinafungwa, my friend.
Any team can score in this league.
Of course.
Kwa wale wawekezaji ambao wanapenda kuwekeza, this is the only league that I think you can always predict exact score like 4-3, 3-2 or maybe you can also predict over 2.5.
Of course.
Or you can also predict goal. Yeah, goal is one of the most ideal
markets you can use
in Bundesliga.
Of course, bila kusahau kumention daily millionaire jackpot. 7 matches over under 2.5, 50 bob, and who knows, you might be the next millionaire. Visit mcheza.co.ke for more jackpot information.
And just to reiterate, tulisema hapo awali that mcheza pia wako na the football outright.
Sure.
That you can predict who is going to win Italian Serie A. Then wekelea kama unafikiria ni Cagliari, wekelea Cagliari. Then sit down, relax, wait for May next year. If they win, who knows, you can be one of those millionaires we feature in this show.
Yes.
And of course, if you think it is Chelsea in the English Premier League or Barcelona in La Liga.
Yeah.
So at that juncture is that moment that we have to end the show and say goodbye. Maneno yako ya mwisho ni gani?
Well, maneno yangu ya mwisho mimi nikiwa pale hivyo kama mwekezaji nasema Manchester United pale inaenda kutesa.
Wanaenda kusumbua
na at the end of the league pale siwezi ogopa sana nikiona Nemanja Matic amesaidia kulift either Premier League ama hata UEFA Champions League.
Either Premier League. So you are not sure of which one you are going to win.
It could be both.
It could be both.
Yes.
All right. The last time Manchester United walishinda both, I think it was 2008 or 1997. we are I think 2008 when Manchester United won the league and of course the Champions League. I remember that day when Terry kicked the ball the other side. Anyway, at that moment mimi maoni yangu ya mwisho ni kwamba Chelsea, we just need to wait, relax and give Antonio Conte time to make the new players who have come, akina Bakayoko and of course the one and only Alvaro Morata time ya kujel into the team. My name is Kwanya Joshua.
Nami ni Martin Njuguna. Until next time, adios.